Well, listen, since you're newbie to Reality Check, we're going to have you back. But first timers, I got to break the ice with a game I'm calling Cast on Blast. All right, here's how it works. I'm going to name some of your castmates, and I want you to tell me something sweet and something salty about them, okay? Do not hold back the tea. I've seen you on Southern Charm. Do not hold back for me, all right?
Okay.
All right, first up, we have Shep Rose. Tell me something sweet and something salty about Shep.
Something sweet, I think, is that he can definitely be very charming. He's very well spoken. Love the quotes, you know, like he's just his own little unicorn. Salty would be Shep is self-involved, very self-involved, I think. It's a little bit of a, you know.
Well, speaking of that, do you like his new girlfriend, Taylor? Do you think he's going to settle down with her? What's going on there?
I love Taylor. I think she's a darling. I don't think Shep will ever settle down.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, moving right along, we have Austen Kroll. Something sweet, something salty.
I think Austen can be a really kind guy. Salty, Austen is lost. Like something is lost. He's like trying to be a people pleaser, but he's ending up being kind of like a, that's salty.
Do you think him and Madison will end up together? Are they going to last?
I think there's a love there, but I think if they end up together, it's not going to be good.
Next up, Craig Conover.
Gosh, so I love Craig. He's literally a puppy dog. I think Craig has the capacity to do a lot more. I think he's a smart guy, but I still think he's a little lazy right now.
Do you own any pillows?
You know, so.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you own any of his pillows or pieces from his collection?
Mm-hmm. I do. Lots, yeah. I'm proud of him. Like I'm gonna be there. Even if I'm mad at my friends or I'm still gonna be there. Business is, you know, I'm gonna support, so.
You're truly loyal. Now give me something sweet and something salty about Madison.
Madison, I think, can be like as sweet as apple pie if she wants to. And if she even feels slightly cornered, she's going to burn the whole house down. So Madison is like an eggshells person. Like if you are, you know, even in the slightest weak personality, just sit on the other side of the room because that one's going to.
Socially distanced for sure is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's 6 feet apart from Madison. Yeah.
Next up, we have Dani Behr. Tell me something about Dani.
Dani is salt of the earth, such a good heart. I want to say the salty thing about Dani is she can't always get her communication out the way she needs to. I think that's the thing. I think she's a little caught in the weeds, or, you know, she's an emotional person and non-confrontational, and you're amongst people, a good amount of people that are confrontational. So it implodes for Dani, I think, would be the best way to put it.
Next up, Katherine Dennis.
So I think that Kat has something very endearing about her, and I think it's worked her whole life. I think that she's definitely, you know, Kat has the potential to be very kind and intelligent, but the salty part is I don't think she applies either one of those things to her life.
Interesting. I'm assuming.
I think she is very, what's the word? I think every decision Katherine makes is based on suspicion. Completely. I'm like, what happened to you when you were a kid? Yeah, I think that is the demise of her entire life, is everything is based on suspicion. Everyone is out to get her.
Interesting. What about
the coddles her?
So. Yeah, I mean, listen, we don't want to enable her for sure. You know, she's got to stand on her own 2 feet. What about the other newbie, John Pringle? Best last name for sure, but what about John Pringle?
So Pringle is super charming, you know, nice guy, very charming, seems quite intelligent. I think his salty is the man drinks like a good bit, so he can party. So he's a little bit of a too good of a time for me.
You know, it does seem like Pringle and Madison get some romance going. Are you team Pringle or team Austen?
I am team Pringle. I'm team Pringle. Like, I think Pringle will be a great, you know, husband or boyfriend or whatever. I think he's a really decent guy. I just think he's in party mode right now. But, you know, who isn't fresh off the divorce?
It is Charleston after all. I have to get your thoughts on, you know, the matriarch of everyone, Patricia Etrell.
Patricia, I mean, Patricia's goals. I can't.
You can't say something salty about Patricia.
I don't know. What can I say salty about Patricia? She might just be sometimes like unattainable, you know? I think that's the saltiest thing you can say about her. I mean, it's almost like you can be paralyzed by that's the life you live, or that's the life you did live, or you were that girl, you know? So it almost, you become paralyzed in your conversation, you know? But no, Patricia's goals, I can't. That's as salty as I can get for her.
Fair enough. And what about your good friend, Cameron Eubanks?
Cameron. So Cameron, again, salt of the earth. She's like another Dani, Naomi to me. Super good heart, super kind. Cam is it just like most Southern girls, with exception to Madison, she is non-confrontational. She, I think, if you look at Katherine, you look at Dani, you look at Cam, they all just anxiety prime sets in. You know, it's just, they internally crumble when confrontation arises. I almost want to like enter all their bodies. Things arise like, hold please, let me enter and address this issue. I will you know, the girls just, I think it's manners in the South are not to sort of offend and be, you know, raise your voice or be hurtful, which I completely get. But then it becomes almost a disservice when you're constantly sweeping things under the rug.
Well, last but not least, Leva, you know, this is a year of introspection. I think a lot of people have taken the time to sort of look at themselves. So now that you're done with filming and we're about to premiere season 7, I want you to tell me something sweet and something salty about you.
I think what's sweet about me is I really try. I know my delivery's I'm not for everyone. I always tell everybody that I said that the first thing I said on a date with my husband. I'm not for everyone. I can be a hard pill to swallow, but I truly mean well. Like, I always am like, I will stick my neck out and look like a jerk right now, but I'm going to say what you need to hear instead of saying it like behind your back. I'm going to say it to you. I think this year, what was salty about me is I generally have lived my life tempering my temper, but I think it reared its ugly head a lot. And that was due to a lot of heavy stuff. I think I'm generally more fun, but it was a heavy year and I wasn't necessarily my best self, you know? So I think that, you know, I could have been a little kinder, a little more gracious.
Well, we all learn from our mistakes. Leva, thank you so much for playing. You survived Cast on Blast. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
People, you can see more of the gorgeous Leva on Southern Charm premiering tonight and airing every Thursday at 9/8 Central on Bravo.